I've just been reading through the Labour manifesto for this election 2024. And I've made a video last week about what it would look like for crypto if Reform UK were to win. And that's an overall very positive view. But I've taken a little bit of a deeper dive into what the Labour Party are offering and kind of looking and estimating how that looks for us in the crypto world. Really, everyone who watches this channel, we're very involved with crypto and decentralization and the idea that governmental control should be reduced. I think all of our boxes get ticked with Reform, but I was surprised at just how bad it was with Labour. Now, one of the big things in the world of cryptocurrency right now is regulation, and regulation is eating us up. All of the desire for us to achieve something in this space in terms of increasing our investments, we've dived in and we've researched. We're a very researched group of people that are given the same amount of credence as gamblers. You're allowed to go into a casino and gamble your whole life savings on hitting red or black, but you can't research and invest into crypto without being regulated. It's unbelievable. Now, if you're watching this and you don't know much about crypto, let me tell you, cryptocurrency isn't what you've been told. Cryptocurrency is actually a very well-informed, future-thinking group of people who understand what's about to come and the benefit and all the downsides of blockchain that's about to come as well. This is very much like predicting the internet before the internet. This is what we're doing right now. And one of the biggest enemies to crypto is regulation. They don't allow us to do what we want to do, what we need to do to grow our portfolios. They don't allow us to participate in things that the larger players can participate in. And it's unfair. We now have regulation that's come up in Europe called the MiCA bill, which regulates the whole of the cryptocurrency as almost like a standard. And it's certainly the foundation for the frameworks that are going to come up from now on in terms of regulation in cryptocurrency. If Labour get into power, this is not going to improve for us. We're going to be following the European model very much so. You will have noticed if you've been in crypto in the UK for any amount of time that the regulation of crypto is blurry, but not in the right direction. Like, we're not going in the right direction for the intention of what we are here for. We're here to make something financial out of our time and the time we've invested, the research we've done. We seem to be getting blocked out of our ability to get anywhere. And so Rishi Sunak has put on, I almost looked at it, he's been saying that he wants it to be a crypto hub of the world. And he's kind of put his arms out like, come on crypto people, give me a big cuddle, big hug. And then he keeps squeezing. And you're like, wait, I thought this regulation was good. And he's like, keep squeezing, he keeps squeezing. You're like, I can't breathe now. And it actually gets you to the point where you can't advance out of your current situation financially because they've regulated you to the bone. Now, I said earlier, I won't spoil it for the video, but you can get my intent here. The Reform Party and the way that crypto is likely to be handled by the Reform, understanding that Nigel Farage knows about cryptocurrency, he understands it to a degree. He also understands the negative sides of it with CBDCs that are coming, whether we like it or not. And here's what I predict will happen if Labour get into power. What will happen is we will follow the European regulations, which will continue to squeeze out the small investors from having any opportunity to grow. And much like Europe as well, they will have CBDCs, retail CBDCs coming into play that essentially will remove all sovereignty and independence out of any single individual in this country. If you value your sovereignty or value your independence or value the ability to make your own decisions for yourself in such a way that can be tax efficient and in a way that doesn't hinder you from any growth, then Labour's not the direction you want to go. It's literally the opposite way. And as I was looking through all of the different manifestos, I'm looking through them all from the lens of cryptocurrency, and I'm thinking, this is not good. Like, they're all saying more regulation, more regulation, more regulation. That's the Green Party, because they'll come at it from the environmental standpoint. You've got Conservatives, Liberal Democrats, and Labour all pushing towards more regulation. This is not the move. This is not the move if you want innovative, smart people to come here to create this industry and grow the economy. That's not the move. The only one that is promoting this kind of reduction in the tax code, these beneficial tax updates that would help us in the crypto space for investments, for small and medium businesses, is reform. Reform are the only ones pushing in the direction that we want to as crypto investors. So truly, truly consider this. Labour is not doing anything. It's going to get worse in regulation. You're going to have less opportunity to grow your portfolios, and you're going to be regulated to the teeth by Labour. And you can bet your bottom dollar that if 15-minute cities are put in place, it will only be put in place by Labour. And the control of retail CBDCs, the money that you would typically spend on a day-to-day basis, that like a digital pound, that would be regulated, that would be restricted, that could be turned on and off whenever you wanted it to. And the only government that's going to do that is Labour. These are the only people that are going to actually do something like that. So looking at America and looking at Trump coming into power and how that he completely ran over Joe Biden in that first election there. The most ideal situation we have is, this is completely ideal. Trump comes into power in America and Farage comes into power in the UK. What's really annoying me, and I think this is really sad, we have to really hope for someone great after Donald Trump to come in. But if we could have Farage and Trump in power at the same time, oh my goodness, that would be incredible. I doubt that's going to happen. It's going to be Keir Starmer and Donald Trump, and I think this is going to create a bigger divide between the UK and the US. We want to get closer to the US if Trump's in power, because he's pro-crypto, he's pro the reduction of regulation, pro-growth for the everyday person. So is Nigel Farage, but it's going to be out of balance if we have Keir Starmer in. It's an absolute... I kind of, in this era, I kind of wish I was in America for the Trump era and away from the UK for the Keir Starmer era. And when Trump leaves, I think Nigel will come in 2029. But Trump's left, so we need someone much like Trump and like Farage to come in after Trump so that we can actually bring this whole thing into a beneficial area for the everyday crypto investor. So the point of all of this is, if you want any advancement in crypto, or you want to have more of a chance to grow your portfolio to the point where you can actually make a difference for you and your family, do not vote Labour. I'm telling you, please. This is only going to be worse. It's only going to get worse. If you think Rishi Sunak was bad, Keir Starmer would be so much worse. Vote reform. Anyway, I'm thankful if you've watched the video all the way through to this point, and I know it's a little bit political, but we are leading up to a UK election on July the 4th. So I want to get this content out in time, and it's going to be leaning that way naturally. But if you're in crypto, one thing to consider is that you cannot benefit from crypto truly. You can't change things in your life. You can't buy property with your profits if you don't take profits in the first place. Too many people are focused on the uncontrollables all the time. Uncontrollables are things like how the market moves, the news that comes out, the elections, all of these things. If we focus too much on the future for too long, we never look at our current situation and do things that we can actually take control of now. So the controllables in this situation, if you're in crypto, the controllable is to set a plan, to create an exit strategy, have an idea of when you're taking profits, how you're taking profits, how much profit you're taking, and how much profit you're holding, how much crypto you're holding. All of these things make up a good exit strategy. So when the time comes and anything happens in the government or anything happens with war, you've hedged correctly. You've actually made sure you've made profits in this bull run. If you're interested in how I'm getting people to do that, you need to join my program called the BlockFlow program. You can actually book a call for an interview, kind of like a sales call, or as well, interview kind of discovery call. You'll have that call with me. We'll discuss to see if the program is actually even a good fit for you. And if it is a good fit for you, man, it solves the problem of exit strategy. It's a way for you to actually make some money this bull run without having to learn the mistake of watching it go up and all the way back down just in time for this election to happen and Keir Starmer to come into power to take away all those profits anyway. Let's try and mitigate against all of that by actually having a good solid exit strategy, and you can do that with the BlockFlow program. Click the link in the description to book a call.